bracket, but it looks like we're gonna have no break whatsoever as we're hopping straight into quarterfinals as we're gonna see Arrows of Red versus Starboard. Hey Matt, do you have any information on these teams?
I've never heard of any of them, so that's a great start, but I'm sure we will see them. I have got this here, and so yeah. So we're going to be excited to see how well they play.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna at least start them playing as we go to game number 1, Rainmaker Undertow Spillway. And I feel like this map, or this map mode in particular, can kind of get I don't want to say it can get choked up, especially on that left hand side, because everyone knows you want to go left, right? It's the much safer path. You really only want to go right if you have the main advantage. If you get like a wipeout, that's the only reason you want to go there. But you know, this map, it can get kind of choked up in that left I won't say alleyway, that kind of left hand ramp area, mainly because everyone's gonna go there, right? It's really it is defender favorite because you do have that height advantage. You do have the grate itself, you have the area above it, you have the rail above it, so that just makes it really hard for attackers to push that way. So I feel like just a majority of these games, or a majority of games played on this map mode, kind of get stalled out at that first checkpoint. I feel like it really takes like I said, like maybe 2-3 members down to really force your way through.
Yes, and yes, we've got some information about Arrows of Red right here. We've got their Looty Season 16 Div 6, and they're actually there's actually sort of a semi pickup. The team Arrows of Gale, without one of the main members, and they have got some results here. We do have a Splatling player. We've got who plays ballpoint and head it and mini, which is actually quite an interesting, because if we do see a mini coming out this game, mini is not a weapon that is seen a lot, so that could be quite interesting. And we also have your classic shooter player, Zap 52 and shot. We have a Julian bucket player, so that could be interesting. Julie Squelchers and V Julie's as well, and but yes, the comps are looking to be quite interesting, but yeah, Undertow Spillway can be quite a back and forth map. There is a mid has quite a big corridor, where the underneath the two glasses, it's quite a big choke point for the map, and it's a choke point that you want to have control of, and then you want to push up into the grass and the core areas to try and give your team a good push to the first checkpoint, and then getting up to the enemy spawn for the goal is going to be really hard.
Yeah, I could see that, but also I want to double back a little bit to what you said about one of the teams. I believe it was Arrows of Red. Yes, Arrows of Red having that mini player. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a mini, mainly because it did recently get buffed. I forgot exactly what it was, so forgive my lack of knowledge there, but I do know, especially the Zimmy kit is very strong on this map like this, on Rainmaker in general, because one, you do have that defensive pressure of a bubble, right? You can either use it to be very aggressive with your Rainmaker pushes, or you can use it to be very defensive and put like a shield, like what it is, like a shield basically protecting your team and giving them somewhere they're safe to jump back to. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see a mini here, mainly because mini has been a really big riser. I feel like it's gonna be a big riser, especially after the buff it got. So that could be very interesting. Interesting to see there.
And we have some information on Starboard. They're also Season 16 Div 7. They got second in the FGIU 72 gold bracket, so that is obviously quite good. From the NCUP is the other significant Div 7 skill cap low level tournament, and it looks like these teams are both going to be very strong. We've got a Splatana player who also plays Not. We have a Cooler player who plays Pencil and Head It, and we've got a Blaster player. They play C range and Sea Blast, and then we also have a shooter player who also plays Julies and Zap, and we have Zap. We also have another shot and Zap and a custom range blaster. So a bit less comp variety. The Splatana player could be interesting, especially the Splatana Stamper, because Splatana Stamper is strong when it's played correctly. And it looks like we've got the comps right here. And it looks like the crab goes down. They have already got an inkjet out, and the Julies are putting some pressure, getting some picks, doing what a skirmisher should do. And the range blaster got the pick, but it's also going down. The Rainmaker is hanging around in mid. We do see the Zinni coming out on the side of Arrows of Red. So this could be quite interesting. They have popped the bubble, and the Rainmaker is making a push. However, they do lose it at the 97 mark.
Yeah, and actually another very interesting thing for Arrows of Red's comp is the dual squelchers. You know, another weapon that not seen very often. It is still a very strong weapon, very, like you said, very skirmishy, very, you know, supposed to be a very distracted based weapon. But Arrows of Red say, hey, we're just gonna get a couple of kills, able to very quickly match what Starboard did to them, breaking through that checkpoint. And actually another interesting pick is ballpoint. Again, another weapon that isn't really seen that often. It is kind of, I won't say outclassed or necessarily beaten by pencil, but it is very, very good in its own right. So with that, that means the Arrows of Red actually have no cooler, so very, very interesting from them. So they have to be a lot more selective about which fights they take. So let's see what they're gonna do here. As you see, the Rainmaker is gonna be just cornered here, just trying to stay alive. Fortunately, they're gonna go down. So Starboard going 3 members down. So Arrows of Red with the opportunity to take the lead.
And both teams have actually managed to cap the checkpoint. Arrows of Red are trying to make a push, but this is also another very important choke point. Undertow Spillway has lots and lots of choke points on the map. It's basically the whole map is mainly just a choke point, but we do see them getting picked off by the Zinni, not getting as far as the checkpoint. They are currently 1 down. They're trying to regroup, and this is a good chance for Starboard to try and make a push. The custom range blaster is trying to defend that Rainmaker. They pop Wavebreaker. This could be very useful for the chip damage. Chip damage is really, really important, and also the AoE damage. They're both very good for chip damage, and it looks like the custom range is going to be trying to put the pressure on. Whereas, however, they're going to go down to the Wavebreaker from the custom Julie Squelchers, as usual, doing their job as a skirmisher. And as we see, the Rainmaker is going left towards grass, and the custom Julie Squelchers are just trying to avoid all the shots from the enemy team right now. Arrows of Red are 2 down, and the Gal is currently getting into a fight. The Gal gets the pick, and the Rainmaker is trying to get through that checkpoint, is trying to extend their lead, even if they could just get a small jump over the leads. And it's in the Rainmaker is in the corner. The Arrows of Red are 2 up, and they get the pick. However, the Rainmaker is in a really dangerous spot for them. They have to defend it. They have to control the zone around the Rainmaker, and it looks like they're going to try and make a push up and try and get an advantage before they make their push. And the Crab Tank does come out from the side of Starboard, and they are putting a lot of pressure with bombs and AoE and Wavebreaker. However, Arrows of Red are building their specials, and it looks like they're about to make a big push.
I mean, yeah, you see they have the jet, they have the Zipcaster at the race, so they can make very, very aggressive plays. They have to be really smart about it. As there's a good start. The 52 is going to go down. You gotta watch, be careful for that range blaster though. On that left-hand side, they're going to go down as well. The pencil, though, is going to be a little bit of a threat, but the inkjet is at least trying to force them back. Both members of Starboard remaining are going to be backed up a little bit down to 47 points remaining. That's the lead taking for Arrows of Red, but now they're 2 members down. 30 seconds remaining in this game. So right now, time is on their side. Time is their friend. If you're Arrows of Red, if you're Starboard, time is going to be your biggest enemy. You have to get the Rainmaker. You have to make sure that you don't take any disadvantageous fights, as the dualies are going to go down. It's a very, very bad start. The range blasters are going to go down as well, so 2 members down. Rainmaker stuck in this corner. 10 seconds remaining in this game. You see the Rainmaker trying to at least stay alive, trying to paint the map, their color, try to get their teammates in. 5 seconds remaining in this game. 3, 2, 1. Here we are in overtime. About 40 seconds remain on that Rainmaker timer. Maybe a little less. You see the timer is going to slowly tick down. Range blaster going to go down once again, and Will's going to come out, but that might be it. Rainmaker trying to at least stay alive for a little bit longer, able to do so, but not for long. Arrows of Red, it took a little bit, You know, we did the little Undertow thing where, you know, that corner is very, very stally, but eventually Arrows of Red are able to break through, able to get a little bit farther down to 47 points, and they're able to take game number 1.
Yes, that was a really, really good game. Both teams, as we can see, are in the same skill level, fighting for that Rainmaker. And Arrows of Red put up a good fight, and so did Starboard. But in the end, Arrows of Red were the ones who took game 1. And as we can see, we had the Zinni on the side of Arrows of Red. That did put up the bubble for the Rainmaker to get some space and to clear out a path at the start. However, they did eventually end up getting picked off at the start, but then they eventually ended up getting the win. And as you could see, Starboard did actually have a very chip heavy comp. They had some Wavebreaker, they had some Range Blaster, they had I'm pretty sure they had the heavy in it, and there was a lot of chip damage going on, and a lot of bomb spam as well, which is just even more chip damage, and that really helped when doing the pushes. It just didn't, because they were holding Arrows of Red back, and they managed to paint their way up. But when they got a disadvantage, Arrows of Red, both teams were really quick, but Arrows of Red managed to capitalize on those disadvantages.
Yeah, they're really able to do that, but we're gonna see if Arrows of Red can continue that momentum as we go to game number 2, Splat Zone's MakoMart. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Hammer, mainly because Hammer is pretty good on this map. You can throw it, you do a lot of damage, you know, because, you know, they recently buffed it to where you only have 2 zones, and that one, I'm gonna say that one shot range, that's basically that's bigger than a suction bomb. That is a very, very big one shot range, so I would not be surprised to see a Hammers get chucked at snipe. We see Hammers getting thrown left, right, and center, but we're gonna see as we hop into game number 2, Arrows of Red sticking with what they know. Starboard, on the other hand, going for a couple of switches, another Forge Pro weapon that's been seen, I believe that's the second time today from a different team, so you know what, I'm all here for it. And also a Dread Ringer, very, very good zones map, or very, very good zones weapon in general. Just, you know, it paints so much to the main weapon. The suction bomb is very helpful along with the reside, but we're going to see here if that's going to be able to do what they need. But so far, Arrows of Red able to take the first couple of points off the board here, only getting down to 91 points remaining without Starboard, although are going to be there to fight back. But Arrows of Red able to capture the zone once again. The reside is going to come out, but they're going to go down as well. So it looks like Arrows of Red taking a very, very strong start to this game here.
Yes, and it looks like they got a wipeout. It looks like Splat Zone's MakoMart is really, really strong for them, because they are holding Starboard back, and Starboard are not getting the chance to push. And it looks like Starboard are trying everything they can. They're popping their specials. They get picked off in the crab tank. Starboard going 3 down. Arrows of Red have got a very chippy comp. They've got the Splatanas, they've got the Julies, which are going to be skirmishing, and it looks like one of them has got picked off, and we have the Zinni as well, popping that bubble, just keeping that shield so that they can't get to the zone, and the game is over already.
They did Rainmaker. What else do you want me to say? They just really did the Rainmaker, not Rainmaker, they did the zones thing. They locked them out. They kept them staggered. They kept them not all as a team. They made sure they kept the members separated, so they really couldn't, you know, build up a combined force and fight against the team. So Arrows of Red, just after a very back and forth, a very stally game number 1, they just say, you know what, we're done playing around, we're just gonna do what we can, we're gonna get out of here, go on the semis, and that's exactly what they came here to do, and that's exactly what they did. So hey, shout out to Arrows of Red, just very, very good game there.
Yep, and as you can see, Arrows of Red just locked in for the second game, and Starboard just got a bit staggered. They tried popping their specials. They tried all that, but they just got picked off. And as you could see, there was nothing they could do because Arrows of Red just they took that zone, got the first wipe. They used that advantage to push up, and they got pick after pick after pick, and just took that game by storm. And as you can see, they also did have that chippy comp. They had that comp with all the chip damage. They had double splatling, which is actually quite crazy, because even though one of them is sort of a mid-lane splatling, it's just pretty unusual to see two splatlings, but it obviously works for them, and it did work because they completely dominated that game right there. And of course you had the Splatana Stamper and the Julie Squelchers. The Julie Squelchers were skirmishing away. I'm pretty sure one of them did get picked off, but then when they tried to push alone. Starboard tried to push alone, and then it ended up costing them.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Starboard. This is where your tournament run ends. But hey, like I said before, you made gold bracket. You did pretty good. That's all I can really say. But with that, that'll be the end of our commentary block. But stick around because there'll be much more coming up. You know, we got quarters and finals. I'm sure y'all don't want to miss that. But before we go, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do. AMAC, where do people find you?
Nowhere. But basically, I do have a really old cringy Splatoon YouTube channel. If anyone wants to go watch that, I beg that you please don't look me up. It's really, really hard to find. But, you know, if you want to subscribe to my friend, his name's Josh's Piping Adventures, you can go and do that. But yeah, and Topic, where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me over on Blue Sky at Topical2. Find me over on Discord at Topic_2. And yeah, that's really it for me. But yeah, that'll be it from at least us two today. But yeah, I know y'all don't want to go anywhere because next up for our semis and grands, we have Pat and Hammy on the mic. I'm sure y'all don't want to miss that. So with that, thank you, Jump, for being our streamer. But that'll be it from us for now. And of course, guys, stick around because we got more Little Squeedy coming up to you in a little bit.
Yep.